If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
N-O. No. New Orleans Saints win this game. No dubs for us. We'll get into that much more. It's the Nick Shine Show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some Jets. Let's talk draft. Let's talk everything. Let's have a good time. It's the week of Christmas, folks. Kick it out to Blitz BK with a full, unedited, uncut version of the Discord Christmas party. The one and only DP, ladies and gentlemen. Any other DPs are strictly copycats and phonies and should find another fucking name.
Hey, Shiners. It's a party. My house. Discord party.
Blitz got beat.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other Merry Christmas. And let the Jets suck while Bobby yells at Santa.
Shut the fuck up.
Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope we left some gifts because Bobby scared him off. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate Clancy, many more, we hardly fit. And Addison and Weed bought that Marley spliff. I lick on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heartbeat skip. Damn Charles Gorman, was that a far you ripped? Too much head in your the hot dogs and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and oh shit. With Denmark Andy, Santa, Rudolph. No wonder Rudolph. Andy, you promised me you wasn't gonna do that no more. Oh my God. Nick is gonna kick us out of here.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass. And that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
Hell yeah. Welcome, everyone. Shout out to Blitz BK. If you are a member of the channel, how are you not hitting that button over and over and over again when Blitz drops a banger? Of course, that song has to be played as we're here in the holiday season, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. How could you not subscribe to the channel after hearing that as the opening song, folks? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you could watch that and not say, hell yeah, got to come back here for more. So shout out again to Blitz. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a raffle going off this Sunday night. We got the Darrelle Revis mini helmet. Hall of Famer, Darrelle Revis. We got the second greatest running back in Jets history, a running back who has 1,000-yard seasons. No, I'm not talking about Breece Hall. I'm talking about Freeman, mother effing McNeil, his jersey. They didn't have to count yards at the end of the season. They didn't have to hope he gets it with 3 games left. Freeman McNeil, 1,000-yard running back. Fantastic running back. Very underrated running back, in my opinion. That Jets offense in the 80s was very good. Defense couldn't stop shit. They'd play a prevent defense at the end of the game. But Freeman McNeil, for those of you that watched Freeman back in the day, very, very nice player. So, folks, this Sunday, the New York Jets, who right now are 5th on Tankathon, go to New Orleans to play the Saints. The Saints are just as big of a shit show as us. They're just as big of a shit show as we are. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are we going to show up missing 2/3 of our secondary? Are they going to play with heart now that they made a change on the defensive side of the ball? Is Chris Harris going to be the next great defensive mind in the NFL and come out with some crazy schemes? You're missing A.Z. Thomas. You're missing Brownlee. You don't have a pass rusher that can get home. You don't play with leads. The Saints have been playing well. The Saints have won. We haven't. I can't see us winning this game. Although, as a Jets fan for a very long time, and knowing that the Jets can always jet, the Jets will find a way to win this game. But I honestly don't think it will matter. I've said this for weeks. If we end up at 2, if we end up at 11, anywhere in between, I am a full believer that we are trading up. We are going up to get Mendoza. The only way we don't is if the Raiders end up with number 1. So that's why you have to become a Raider fan for when they play the Giants. We need the Giants with the number 1 pick. It's clear. It's obvious. My mouse just died in the middle of programming there, but we're back, folks. Revival of the mouse. Return of the mouse. Clancy saying Nick's smear campaign has already begun. There's no smear campaign. It's the truth. Breece Hall's in year 4. He's never had 1,000 yards. Where am I wrong? Just because you might not like what I'm saying doesn't mean I'm smearing it. Everything Breece has accomplished has been just flash. There hasn't been a lot of substance. It's not hard to get 1,000 yards in the NFL. They even added a game. 1,200 should be like an impressive benchmark, not 1,000. I like Breece. I think Breece has a lot of talent. I just think Breece isn't an every down back. I think he would be a perfect change of pace back behind a real tough runner between the tackles. I think if you get a guy who can wear a team down and Breece is your second running back, or if you run a spread offense and you're throwing the ball out a lot, yeah, but that's not where we are. I think it's kind of like, I think Breece Hall is what Sam Darnold was here, Clancy. I think it's the right player, wrong time. You don't have the quarterback play. You don't have the receiver threats to really push the defense back. And now you could just focus without Garrett on stopping Breece. Do I think Breece will go somewhere else and succeed? Yeah. Do I think we will franchise him? Yes, I do. I don't think we're going to lose him for nothing. But I'm going to be realistic with it. I'm going to assess it with what he's done. He hasn't been very impressive. He hasn't been consistent. There's been a lot of contributing factors that lead to that, though. Poor quarterback play, poor offensive line play early in his career, the ACL in his rookie year when he was off to a great start. Probably would have locked up Rookie of the Year if he continued at that pace. Would have had a 1,500-yard season if he kept that pace. But unfortunately, both him and AVT went down in the same game, just plays apart. All that being said, bet the over on Breece Hall, Clancy, for Sunday's yardage and a tutty. This will be a Breece Hall legacy game in order to screw the Jets in terms of the draft. Just because I've said all this, it's a lock that Breece Hall goes off on Sunday. He'll have an 80-yard touchdown run. He'll have 2 touchdowns. Now, I want to just talk about the game going on right now. Did you see the 2-point conversion? That was a backwards pass, got tipped, bounced forward, and the guy just picked it up in the end zone and happened to be a Seahawk, so they got credited with the 2-point conversion. Uh-oh. Clancy speaking fantasy. He's got Breece. Let's get back to the Jets defense here. Rookie quarterback. What can we do to stop him? If you just saw the film that Quincy Williams put out there against the Jaguars, I am going to do everything in my power to just clear things out and put Quincy Williams one-on-one in coverage. Any offensive coordinator who saw the shitty coverage, that's what you're going to do. You're going to be like, that's my bitch. Shout out to the water boy. Where's my bitch? Oh, there's 56 over there. That's my bitch. And you just run plays at him the entire day. And you pick on him because he's your weak link. Shout out to everyone in fantasy football playoffs. I actually got lucky because my team, led by Jalen Hurts and his 17 turnovers, scored so low. I ended up in second place. I was in first place the entire season until the playoffs, and I ended up in second. And now the 1 is playing the 6, and the 6 is the hottest team. So I got lucky by dropping to 2, so I can win this matchup, get into the championship of the 1 team that I kept. So let's go, Jalen Hurts. Let's go A-Chain this week. Hopefully a massive game from him. But shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate you guys. Sunday night, I will be joined by Dylan Terman. We will be on Sunday. To be determined if it's 8 or 9 o'clock. I was supposed to be on with Green Bean and Jeremy, but I just found out today that I'm working on Sunday. So I got to let them know that, unfortunately, I can't make that stream with them. I was looking forward to it, but I'll have to connect with Green Bean another time. Got to make money. Got to make money. This world is too expensive right now. 3 jobs. Shout out to Stack. He'll be heading in the air, heading back overseas. It's a pleasure meeting him last week. He came up to the school that I was at on Saturday for basketball for 10 hours. He popped in, and I saw the Jets sweatshirt, and I gave him the address. I knew he was coming, but as I was shooting with my nephew, I was training my nephew, and I'm getting rebounds and kicking it to him, and I see the Jets sweatshirt, and I look at the Jets sweatshirt. I go, nice. And then I look up, I go, oh, shit. And it was Stack. So great to meet him. Unfortunately, we didn't get, to hang. But till next time, my friend. Oh, hold on. We got a little breaking news in the world. The suspect in the mass shooting, this is from Schefter right now, retweeting from ABC News. The suspect in the mass shooting at Brown University has been identified as a 48-year-old former graduate student who'd studied at the school 25 years ago. Federal law enforcement officials say the same man also fatally shot an MIT professor. Jesus Christ. What a world we live in, man. What a horrible, horrible world to live in right now. But back to the New York Jets. Clancy, I just got the retweet from Schefter now, man. I can only read it as I get it, bro. My bad, dog. ABC put it out at 10:49. Schefter just retweeted it. He is paying attention to the football game, though. I'll give him that. So it did take his people a little while to get to it. My apologies. Jay Reeves coming in with an aggressive comment. Fuck the Jets. Fuck the Jets. Well, Jay, I don't know why you would say something like that. But I was at work before, and I was in I was listening to your conversation about the Jets, and I would love for you to call in because you haven't called in a minute. And you have some interesting takes, Jay, that I would love to hear and rebuttal. Mike, what's up, Mike? Appreciate you watching the show the other night. I know you commented a bunch of times after, man. Thank you. Mike says, I disagree with trading up. Too many animals in other positions that can turn this team around and as soon as next year. I partially agree, Mike. I agree with there's a lot of good pieces in this draft. But we just traded away an all pro corner, Mike. We just traded away an all pro defensive tackle. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a chance. And now I say that and I follow it up with this, Mike. I love Mendoza. I was the first show, the first YouTuber, flat out saying, I want this guy to be our quarterback. I'll do anything to trade up and get him. But if the Jets feel that he's not their guy, I'll be okay with that because I really believe in Muji. I really, really do. I think he did a really good job of acquiring talent in season, which you never really see happen. Bringing in Phillips, bringing in Briggs, bringing in Brownlee, bringing in Mechie and Mitchell. 100%, 25. You were there. Many of you were. I was the first one talking about Mendoza. And people, who the fuck is this guy? Not me, Mendoza. And I'm like, you got to watch him. He's got every trait that I want. I got to give Dom C credit, as I always do every time we bring it up. But that's the guy that, for me, I mean, I can reel off all the traits that I love about him as a prospect. He's a good leader. He's smart. He got accepted to Yale, went to Cal. He's got his starts. It's his third season as a starter. He runs a pro-style system. That's what they run at Indiana. He makes all the throws that you'd have to make in the NFL. They translate to the league, all of the throws that he makes. Do they run an air raid? Do they put up Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow numbers? No, they don't. But you don't see that week to week in the NFL. What you see is a quarterback who makes the throws when called upon to make them. Now, if you build a team with all these draft picks and all this draft capital that plays good defense, has a good offensive line, has the run game, and can make good throws, Giants won a Super Bowl with a quarterback like that. Pittsburgh with Roethlisberger won Super Bowl like that. You can win with defense and a clutch QB. Not everything has to be 40-point offenses to win. Hey, breaking news for you guys. Josh Allen scores 40 points in a game, never even been to a Super Bowl. So if you have the structure in place, you can win. And I think Mendoza is that guy. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to watch a lot of more coming up in the playoff. I haven't really seen him that much. I did see 2.5 quarters of the game against Indiana that Indiana ended up winning 30-20. But Indiana's defense was phenomenal in that game. Their defense held Ohio State to 13 because one was a pick six that Mendoza threw. Bad throw, back leg, tried throwing it the other way. Then he came right down the field and answered it. He went right down the field and they scored 10 more points. They were up 20-13, that pick six, and at the Ducks, tied it at 20. And then another touchdown, another field goal. Indiana gets out of there with a 30-20 victory. I don't want a quarterback that puts up massive numbers week after week after week. I want that quarterback that shows the traits that in the clutch, he doesn't get rattled. I want the guy who can do everything that Mendoza can do. It's not 450 yards. It's not like those guys who put up those numbers week after week generally aren't good in the NFL. Remember Colt Brennan from Hawaii? Guy threw 500 yards every week. There was a quarter. Boise State. He was the offensive coordinator for Dallas, and then I think he went to to the Chargers. God, what's it? Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore put up massive numbers. There's guys who put up massive numbers in college, but don't have those NFL trades. Well, Jay, to me, Joe Burrow is rare. Joe Burrow is not normal. And listen, if my twin's on board, then I'm happy. You know, so why don't we keep Leonard Williams? Very random. This might be the random comment of the night. But why didn't we keep Leonard Williams? I think that when they were trying to build their defense, he didn't fit what they wanted to do. You already had Quinnen to play that position. And I think they wanted to get different types of players up front. They got rid of the contract. They got rid of Sam. They traded. Who else did they trade? They traded Herndon away. In fact, we got a 4 for Chris Herndon. Randy Moss got traded for a 4. Jesus Christ. No, we did. I'm pretty sure we gave Williams the contract, didn't we? I thought we extended him. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought we did. Mike, at the moment. All right. So I did a mock last night before bed. And I did the first 4 rounds, which gives us 5 picks. I'm gonna pull it up right now as I posted it in the Shiner Discord. This to me, all right. So Puka's up to 225 yards receiving tonight. Can anyone tell me? Because I was at work. Did he? I predicted. I was talking to 25 and Johnny and Knob earlier. I think Georgie. And I said that when Puka scores a touchdown tonight, no one in the history of the NFL will walk over and give the ball to the referee with no celebration because you knew that people were going to be watching to see what he was going to do. But I this is a dream draft for me, Mike. Number 5 is where we are now. You get Mendoza at 5. You don't have to trade up. Number 18, the Colts pick, Sonny Styles, linebacker from Ohio State. You get your captain of your offense. You get your captain of your defense in the same draft. At 36, our second rounder, Amari Washington, defensive tackle from the Ducks. And then 46, the Cowboys pick, is Mateo Ulalele, an edge, also from the Ducks. Now, a guy who I started watching a little bit of, 4th round, pick 105. Now, I will say this. If we don't trade up, I do expect a trade back at some point because the gap between 46 and 105, I just feel that there's so much value in this draft. So maybe if Styles isn't there at 18, you see them slide back a little bit, maybe pick up a 3. Oh, we're going to get to that, Addy. Don't you worry. We're going to get to that. But there's a guy from Penn State, Nicholas Singleton. Now, everyone loves Jeremiah Love. Great runner, great prospect. No way in hell am I taking a running back until a running back early should be the final piece of a puzzle. Shout out to Johnny Boy, who got home from the hospital today. So much love to Johnny, his family. If you are a Shiner and you're a member, drop that Johnny Boy emoji. Show some love to Johnny. Yeah, it's a little perverted, but if you've ever talked to Johnny or read his comments, you understand that that's fitting. That emoji for our homeboy. Yeah, Mike, you take the running back as the final piece of the puzzle. You never take a running back this early. I didn't like the Brees pick, to be honest with you. But when I thought about it, all right, you took him 35th, but it was your 4th pick. It's not your 2nd pick. So ideally, it's your 4th round pick. That's where you take a running back. When you have 4 picks that early, okay. That I was okay with it because we got the corner, we got the edge, we got the wide receiver. I was all right with that. But yeah, this guy Singleton, I think is a really good back between the tackles. And if we're going to put an investment into this offensive line, and if we go out and say we get a Linderbaum, I would love for a running back like this. I wouldn't even mind trading up from the 4th round at 105 into 3 to go get the runner that we want. Or if we trade back at some point. The amount of draft capital we have in the next 2 drafts, just in the first 2 rounds alone, you can really change this franchise. Now, when we had these picks last time, we went corner, wide receiver, running back, and edge. Stupid. Stupid. Never wanted a corner that high. I wanted Thibodeau. Didn't want a corner that high. Corner's not even on our team a few years later. So, in theory, yeah, that was a bad pick. You can like the pick because it led to us having multiple picks and a receiver. But I am adamant I did not like the pick. I didn't celebrate the pick when it happened. I was with my kids and I didn't say a goddamn word. And they were like, "What's wrong?" I didn't want a corner. And I didn't want the corner. And then when we traded up with the Titans to get Jermaine Johnson, that's when I celebrated it because those are blue chip players in my opinion. I don't have a corner as a blue chip player because if you get a left tackle, you get the quarterback, you get an edge, you get a D tackle, you get a wide receiver. If you have a great defensive line, your secondary doesn't have to cover as long. I never liked the corner pick. I mean, he was a good player, but it didn't lead to winning. Yes, Sauce was a good player. Yes, 2-time All Pro, but didn't translate to victories. Blue chip players help you win games. Mike, I'm saying what I wanted at the time. I'm not still saying I would have done that now, but going into that draft, I had Thibodeau. That was who I wanted. Not saying he'd be better than Sauce, but that's who I wanted going into that. Because I believe you build from the inside out. How do you get to that with what I just said? Please explain to me how you get to that. I said you take the blue chip players early, and I said wide receiver. I want to be good in the trenches. I mean, you're looking at Will McDonald? No, like Will McDonald is not a good pick, right? He can't play the run. He's one of the lowest rated guys in the league. He's a third right now. His skill set and listen, I was big on Will. I thought we would run the ball. I thought Fields we'd have more leads. I thought we played better defense. I thought Michael Carter would still be Michael Carter. I thought Sauce would do better and get turnovers with Aaron Glenn coaching. There's a lot of things that didn't live up to it. But Will McDonald, I think he'll be here next year, but I think he'll be your third. I think he'll be your pass rush specialist. I think he will relegate to what Huff was. Just come in late in the game, rush the passer. You can't rely on him to be a first and second down player unless it's second and long. That's not the entire thing that I said. What I said was you take blue chip positions there, and I did not list cornerback as a blue chip position. That's why. That's the little caveat that you left out of the comment. You take the blue chip positions, and I just feel that that wasn't it. I would have preferred Thibodeau, Sauce, Nakobe Dean. I'm sorry, Thibodeau, Garrett. My mock that day was Thibodeau, Drake London, and I had us trading up with the Titans in my final mock that day, but it was for Nakobe Dean in the middle at linebacker. So I had to trade up with the Titans, correct. It was just the wrong player. Great movie, Clancy. Good call. Jay, you guys like purposely have selective hearing? In my opinion, corner's not a blue chip player. If you have a corner who can intercept the fucking ball, sure. But if you're going to play zone, that's not a blue chip player. A blue chip cornerback is a guy who shuts down a receiver time and time again. A blue chip corner is a Patrick Surtain. You don't draft a guy that early and bury him in a zone because you can go get zone corners in different rounds. Yeah. All right. Let me explain this to you guys very simply. Sauce the player was not a good pick. The return that we got on Sauce is great. So the two things can be different and not have to intersect. Not a big fan. Listen, we laughed. I said it myself. I tweeted and thanked the first 2 years. I thanked the Texans for taking Stingley ahead of Sauce. I take Stingley right now over Sauce. Dude gets turnovers. Dude's elite. That's a good pick. Yeah, Mike, if Allen's watching right now. Oh, no. JSN with a touchdown? Son of a bitch. I'm going against him. What's his numbers at right now? Oh, Jesus Christ. He's at 23. And Charbonnet's at 17. Son of a bitch. Still projected to win, though, even with that big output. Yeah, don't let Allen see that. Yeah, if I'm going to take a corner that high, you got to be able to cover man to man. You got to be able to eliminate one side of the field, and you got to be able to get interceptions. So that's why Sauce isn't here, because the previous regime drafted him, and it's not worth it. It's not worth the contract. That's why you move on from him. So the return is great, of course. Now we got to hit on these. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the game. I figured the game would be over. All right, infrared coming in, talking like Allen. I really do hope everyone realizes next year we're not going to get 10 wins. I, Listen, I'm not going to put a number on anything right now when we don't know who we draft. We don't know who our D coordinator is. We don't know who we sign in free agency. We don't know any of it yet. I don't know how we can make statements. So what happened? The Rams went. Did somebody go for 2 and not get it? Oh no, they did go for 2 and get it. Wow. Where was everyone talking about Sam Darnold earlier, saying that he couldn't win? People were saying that Sam Darnold was going to revert back to being a Jet. Seattle wouldn't have a chance against the Rams. They were going to get blown out. Jaden, we were in the Discord talking about it. Someone else was saying it too. It wasn't only Alan. Alan's not in the Discord. I'm really happy for Sam Darnold. I am. Oh, that's like Nate. Comments like this are music to my ears when we point out everything Alan's wrong about when he speaks with definitives. Alan, before you go on vacation, I need a list of all of your projections for the 2 weeks that you're gone so we can like do a live read here on the show of them. If you would be so kind. Best 3 coaches at the moment are in the NFC West. Yeah, you can argue that. I'm sure people will say Vrabel, but I'm still skeptical about the Patriots because of their strength of schedule. It's literally the weakest schedule in NFL history. So I'm very skeptical about them. I'll throw Sean Payton in there. You know, you can put Payton up there with them. He turned them around pretty quickly out in Denver. And I mean, I know the Chiefs are having a bad year, but Andy Reid is still a terrific coach. Yeah, Ben Johnson's doing well with the Bears too. But I gotta see like Vrabel. I gotta see the Patriots do it in the playoffs. We know McVay has won. We know Shanahan can get to a Super Bowl. I need to see people do it. That's why Sean McDermott, who gives a shit if you win 11 or 12 games every year? If you can't get to the Super Bowl, you're not a great coach. You had the MVP of the league last year and couldn't get to the Super Bowl. Suck it. Looking forward to Buffalo getting knocked out of the playoffs too this year. And just to reiterate, when they were 4-5, I started saying that the Houston Texans would represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. They haven't lost a game since. Big fella, yeah. I don't think Glenn gets fired, and Florio sucks the cock. Big suckage by Florio. Whiny little bitch. Ian Rappaport with a tweet saying the best version of Sam Darnold closes out a primetime win. Good for Sam. Really good for him. I'm really happy for Darnold. I swear, if I would love for Sam Darnold to get a Super Bowl. I really would. He sang my daughter happy birthday at I Play America his rookie year. I had the video. It just popped up the other day on Facebook for Sophia's birthday. But she went up there. She had her little Darnold jersey on. And I had the announcer who was the Rangers in-game announcer at the Garden at the time in 2018. I don't know his name, but I called him over. I was like, dude, it's my daughter's birthday. I go, can we get Sam to sing to her with everyone here? And the guy, when she went up, did it. It was really awesome. Swamp Ranger, let me explain something to you about New York. A lot of media people, especially those that do mock drafts, if you want traction on your mock or on your article or on your video, you mention the Jets because 99% of the content creators will go make videos about it and get the information out there. It will get retweeted. They will put all of their info out there. They will share the video. They will market it for you because Jets fans cannot avoid the bait. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Florio's comments about Aaron Glenn, Nate. I saw the J in Jets and Nate. Puka immediately after the game. Can you say I was wrong? Appreciate you, Stripes, for your contribution. LOL. Tweeted that 5 minutes ago from the locker room. How much for an MC? MC and Allen? Let's do 5 memberships. Link is there. I know Allen's always up for debate. Maze, if you're good to go. Also, folks, we do have raffle going on this week is the Darrelle Revis helmet. And I'll be honest with you, Nate, you were close earlier. You were very close with talking about Jake and Nick bidding. I'll tell you why. A couple weeks ago, Mike These Nuts calls me up. He's like, hey, can you help me out? I'm trying to find a Darrelle Revis like mini helmet. I found him one. It was a Tuesday morning, I believe. He ordered it. That Tuesday afternoon, he wins a Darrelle Revis mini helmet on Jake's show. So I forget which one is which, but then I bought one off of Mike, and that's what this one is. So technically correct in a way. Like you were in the ballpark, put it that way. You were in left field, but it landed in right field. You were very close with that one. But Mike's like, what do I do with all these helmets? I was like, I'll buy one off you. I'll raffle it off. Tom Ace outbid both you fuck. No, Tom Ace is the seller. He's not the bidder. He's the seller. 25 with a $20 super chat. Says MC and Allen, I'm calling you both out. We need you both to call in and have a debate. If not, insert the Gary line here. Oh, you're gay. It's very homosexual behavior to not call in when you're called out. That's what Gary would say. I'm not saying that, of course. This is Gary speaking. But 25, thank you for the super chat. Also 25, congrats on hitting the parlay. Jeffrey says, what's up, Jeff? Hope you're doing well, man. Our QB coach need is underrated. I don't think so. I think that when you have Scott Turner and Engstrand, I think that that's one of the things that you look at and that they're going to kind of self-reflect and say, we got a young kid in here. We're young. Let's go get an experienced quarterback coach. Let's go get a guy who's been around for a while, who's been in the room, who's helped develop a young player and get him in here to be our quarterback coach. I would look at someone in San Francisco, someone with the Rams. I would even look at the Bears staff this year with the way Caleb Williams has come along. I would look at somebody who's been in the room. Now, Allen, I will tell you this. I'm waiting on you. Someone's backstage right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My friend, MC Mace. What's up, pal?
What's going on, Nick?
People are just waiting for you to do what you're doing right there. Smoke Allen.
This is a hill I'm gonna die on. You don't see me take a lot of strong takes, but Mendoza, watch his feet. Watch his feet. His footwork is elite in the pocket.
Okay.
And that's what I said about Jackson Dart. Everybody said, oh, he makes all these off throws. He was going to be like Zach Wilson. I said, nope. I said, watch his feet. He's got the arm, but watch his feet. If you get the head, you get the feet, and you get the heart of a quarterback, you got your guy. Now, you and I do not
the
know
arm don't hurt either.
Heart. What's that?
The arm don't hurt either.
The arm doesn't hurt, but when you have a Chad Pennington,
but you can have a good arm, but not know where to go and not. Excuse me 1 second. Hey Siri, text Alan Avatar. Call in, pussy. No, it said call Lynn. Siri.
Look at Chad Pennington, for example. That guy couldn't throw outside the numbers, but his head and his heart and his footwork were amazing. He could place the ball. He could get his guys in on stride, put the ball right between the coverages in the zone. And he did not have the zip on the ball to throw in the zone, but he still got the ball there. Mendoza's got the arm. Yeah, I don't know what people are watching that they say.
And I don't know why people are penalizing him because he's on a good team.
I don't get it. He's 6'5",
why?
got a strong arm.
They can't break down a player and they just look at stat sheets and determine based on statistics if it's good or bad.
Agreed. 100%.
He has all
100%.
the traits of what you want. You don't penalize him for being on an elite team. Tim Tebow had stats. How the fuck did that work out in the NFL? Right? Like
Right,
Tim Tebow's
exactly.
the greatest college statistic guy like ever.
The idea of
worked
looking at a quarterback, we don't get in the room with these guys, so we can't tell that part of it. You know, maybe he gets in a room and he really is a dork who, you know, flops. I don't think so. I think he's a guy that seems to love football, and he can break down that a little take with what's his name for the Ohio State coach.
Ohio State coach.
The ex-Ohio State coach,
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer. Man, he just broke down that play like he was an offensive coordinator.
Now, excuse me 1 second, Maze. I take a lot of shit from Nate. A lot. Personal digs, personal attacks, all of it. I never time him out. But when you talk shit like this about Mendoza, you get a 1 minute timeout, Nate. We'll see in about 40 seconds, but this was called for. I could take everything he throws at me, but to put him in that category, this gets you a timeout for 1 minute. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the battle of the night.
All I heard was call in pussy. That's all I heard.
It was effective. It worked.
Before I make my point, Clint Kubiak will be a head coach in the league in a couple of months. The way he called that second half was absolutely brilliant. Great win for the Seahawks.
That
I'm
was
not
a
huge
phenomenal
Darnold fan.
game. That was really a phenomenal game.
Those two Jackson Smith and Jimba and Cooper Kupp are
Say that name again. That was fun to watch you try to
Jackson Smith and Jimba.
Let's say JSN.
Jigba. All I know is that we took that fucking one-trick pony over him, that piece of shit.
Yeah, and that trick isn't even good.
And it's not even good.
It's like saying pick a card, and then the card deck is still in the box, and the wax papers around it. Like, all right, yeah, great trick.
We took him over Zay Flowers, JSN, and Jordan Addison. God bless. Okay.
Yep.
So let me hear how big of an asshole I am, but let me hear.
Oh, I didn't say you were an asshole.
I appreciate
Alan.
it.
You know I love you. You know I love you.
I've said it.
That's fine.
And the way Jews get attacked, we got to stick together.
That's good.
Look,
What's up?
Mendoza. I want you to watch his feet in the playoffs. Watch his footwork in the pocket. What made Brady great?
Mm-hmm.
His arm.
I watched 8 of his games this year. I focused in on my game when he played Iowa. I focused in on the Penn State game a lot, and I had a chance to watch the all 22 of the Ohio State game. Definitely makes some really quality NFL throws. I worry very much about his athleticism out of the pocket.
I disagree with
the
you.
Iowa game. If you watch that game, what Phil Parker did is he threw such exotic blitzes at him that he was forced to throw a lot of his balls off his back foot. And while he threw the game winner in that game,
just let me add this little nugget in there. Is that the game where you're still missing 2 of the starting offensive linemen, both tackles?
No, they played.
They were in that game, but they were out for the
in
Penn
that
State game. Okay.
Yes, Coogan played that game. Yes.
Okay.
And Surratt actually played that game too. Okay.
Any quarterback, Alan, that gets pressure up the middle anytime, I don't care how great they are. Watch the Super Bowl with Brady and the Giants. They put pressure in his face, and he was throwing off his back. He was amazing in that game, but he was throwing off his back foot that whole game. Okay, it's just going to happen. If you get pressure on a quarterback up the middle, okay, there's nowhere to step to. You could have the best footwork and be a ballerina in the pocket. You're not going to have anybody to throw to.
I do love this conversation, but it's all going to be for naught because the Raiders are going to get the number 1 pick, and they're going to take him, and that's it. But
if the Raiders get the pick, there's nothing we could do. There's
nothing you can do about it, so it's fine. But again, I am not one who is willing to trade the type of package it would take to go get him.
What do you
If
think
he
that
fell
package
to
is
us,
gonna? What do you
if
think
he
that
fell
package
to
is
us,
gonna
I'm
be?
fine. I've never had a problem if he fell to us. I just don't see him as a guy you're willing, especially a team that has so many holes. I don't think the Jets are a team right now willing to trade as much as it's going to take to go get him. That's the problem.
All right,
I'd rather go a different route.
I'll give you that, but you need a quarterback. You have
I
to
do.
get
I
a
said I'd
quarterback.
rather go a different route and have another
Yeah.
route I'd like to go to, just
Now,
for the
what's
1
your-
year.
What's the alternative for you?
Again,
Wait a year? You can't wait a year because if you're Glenn and Muji, you're not going to get to year 3 and then say, all right, we got a rookie. You got to give us to year
Here is
4
my
because he's
route.
a rookie
Okay.
now. So
I
you're going to go get the quarterback in, and sometimes it's luck. It's a matter of being bad at the right time.
Yeah, we
this
got bad luck this year because there's so
I
many
brought
bad
this up-
teams.
I brought this up before. I looked at the Eagles 2026 cap. They have about $17 million under the cap. So
Do not.
and they really don't have a lot of
Jalen Hurts.
what?
Do not
No.
say Jalen Hurts.
I trust me. That's the one guy would not say. So I looked at their cap, and there really isn't any wiggle room there. So I look at a guy on our team in Will McDonald, who the Jets will have until the 1st of May or the first week in May to decide whether to pick up his 5th-year option. So he's going to make $5.2 million in 2026. I think that number nearly triples in 2027 if they pick it up. So my trade offer would be I would trade Will McDonald to the Eagles for Tanner McKee. I would take the 1-year deal. He's a guy at 6'6", is a guy that Tanner Engstrand is used to coaching, very similar in terms of arm strength to that of Jared Goff. And I'd be willing to take the chance on him at $1.2 million on a 1-year deal. That's what I would do. That's the trade I would make. And I think it's fair for both teams. The Eagles are getting a guy on his 4th year who's making $5.2 million, who they could develop into a 10-sack guy. I don't think the Jets are going to give him his 5th-year option. So why not get something beforehand? And that's the trade I would make. So it's equivalent to a 3rd-round pick. You're trading a 3rd-round pick to go get Tanner McKee and see what you have in him. And if you need to, you can grab another quarterback on day 3 to compete with him or to back him up. And then with all the quarterbacks that are set to come out in 2027, you have all the arsenal in 2027 to go get a quarterback or let a quarterback fall to you. That would be my option. That's what I would do.
Any thoughts?
Well, for
I mean,
one,
I know we were supposed to discuss Mendoza, but Alan always veers off.
he likes.
I like the view. I like the
He
view.
goes into
Alan
a
loves
cul-de-sac by himself and just sits there for a little bit, like he's waiting for a drug deal.
Alan wants to be a GM. He in his next life, he's.
I would
coming
love
back
to
as
be a
GM.
scout. I don't want to be a GM.
Oh,
I
you
would
want
love
to be a
scout
GM
or a
so bad.
cap guy. Cap guy, I'd love.
Cap,
I look at Spotrac and over the cap like maybe 3 times a day because I like to look at numbers. I've always been a numbers guy. So I look at dead cap and restructuring and all that. Thank you.
Just one.
We just haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough of the backup Philly quarterback to go in that route. And these
I
guys,
understand that, but I think he will get dealt this offseason.
Why?
I think he will get dealt this offseason. I
why?
could see it. What?
Why?
Because he's in his 4th year. He's in his final season on his entry-level deal. And he hasn't had an opportunity to play because they gave Hurts, who in my opinion might be one of the more overrated quarterbacks in the league based on the money he's making. Thank you. It was 2 shows, but I appreciate it, Nate. Thank you.
Bill says 5.
I think it was,
was
3.
2.
I think it was
2
3
shows.
because I caught Boyd Green this morning.
I was not on Boyd Green this morning, so that's it. I appreciate it.
Calling the Jake twice.
I called in Jake once,
Addie.
and I spoke,
Now
and I
here
was
is
on
3.
Addie.
Any other shows you called into?
I did not mention it on Jake's show.
Can we get back to Mendoza?
Okay. I like Mendoza. I don't love Mendoza. I don't.
That's fair, but any college quarterback, okay, that you look at, You're looking at size.
Okay.
You're looking at how he works in a pocket. Is he intelligent? Is he a winner? Is he a winner?
Athleticism is something
Clutch.
that really.
I need the clutch gene, right? He did that in Penn State. He did that at Ohio State.
He bought me.
All I heard going into the Ohio State from this guy right here, I want to see how he does against that. Ohio State's got elite
played okay.
NFL
He did.
playmakers all
He
over
did.
the defense. What will he be able to do?
He played well.
He's the guy this year. I'm not in love with Dante Moore, even though he's got great athleticism. So I'm sure you love him more.
So I like Dante Moore's potential. I'm very worried that he's only had 17 starts. That
That's
if
enough.
I was him, I'd go back to school. He might be tempted to come out because it's such a weak quarterback class. But I
And if
listened
you
to
look
the
at what
Todd
happened to all the quarterbacks, you go back to the 2026 mocks from the summer. There was Klubnik, there was Nussmeier, there
you're right.
was Sellers, and none of them are going to be first-round picks this year.
There were two
understand
guys
that.
on
If
Jake's
you're
show
Moore,
last year.
you got to strike when the iron's hot because you know there's loaded guns.
There's
coming out
still
next year.
there's still a 50-50 chance he goes back to school right now. I do.
I would say it
here's
depends
the
on how
question.
this playoff goes.
If he's going
Because he
top 10,
plays well in the
he's going top
playoff,
10.
I think Moore comes out. They get knocked out. He looks like shit. He probably goes back.
So MC, here's the question, okay? The Jets have the 4th pick in the draft, okay? And let's say the Titans have the number 1 pick in the draft.
Dreams.
What is your offer?
I'm going with the Colt pick, and probably it's going to cost. It's probably going to cost another pick, not another one, but another pick.
If he is the only game in town, let's say Moore goes back to school, it might cost you 3 ones.
It might.
That's
I don't know.
all. If he's the only game, first of all, I don't think Ty Simpson is a top 15 pick.
I don't think Tennessee's that smart either.
Who?
Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee.
I think Tennessee's smart because I like their new GM. It came from the Chiefs. But
yeah, that's true. You got a new GM.
But again, are you willing to trade 3 ones to go get him? If he's the only game in town where there's supply and demand, if that is the offer, they want the Colt pick and they want your 1 in a loaded 27 draft. Are you making that deal?
They want the Colt one and then one.
I'm going to say
next
that.
year.
I'm going to say
4 to
this.
1.
3 R1 this year, the Colt 1 this year, and R1 in 27.
No.
I got to say this.
No, because nobody can outbid that. So why are you bidding against yourself? Let somebody top that and get the 3 ones before we get the 3 ones. You go number 4, right? And if we're not bidding, if it's the Giants and someone else,
you think the Giants are going to trade with us? You really do?
Why wouldn't they?
I don't. They
you
don't
don't
have
take a wide receiver or a defensive player or the safety at 1 overall. You trade back and you get a haul.
I don't think they will go to their. I don't think they can go to their fan base.
Why?
If Mendoza turns into a star
and
say, I understand who cares from a Jet perspective, from a Giant perspective, to give the Jets a franchise quarterback.
What does that matter? They're not in the same conference. They're not in the same division.
Jets Giants rivalry. I don't know if they're making the trade.
That's manufactured between family members and cousins and brothers.
I don't know if they're making that trade.
I don't think they give a shit. I think if the Jets are going to pay the most for that pick, if they want to move, you take the best offer for you because you don't give a shit what the other team does. You believe in your abilities to build your team. And if the capital's right, you do it.
Alan, to answer your question, I'm not sure that we can answer that. You see, the one question that we can't answer is we don't get in face-to-face and be able to sit down with Mendoza.
I think he's going to be a phenomenal interview. Phenomenal.
I think so. I think he's going to be a phenomenal interview. And if
Andrew
they fall in love with them, they got to take him because their careers are at stake.
That's where I differ.
You think he's got 5 years to build this thing?
Sorry. I truly believe the Sauce and Williams trades were made for 27, more so than 26. And I think they were given an extra year. I would not be surprised if they're given an extra year. And people might think I'm nuts on that. I think those trades were made with an eye towards 27 rather than 26.
I just don't think that the fan base, when he sees those empty seats, he's lost a generation of fans. I mean, God bless the Connor Longs of the world, but these guys haven't seen a winning season at that age. I mean, that's hard. That's a hard take.
Infrared. Allard didn't play in that.
Yeah, Allard didn't play that game. That was the backup.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Allard didn't play there.
That was the backup that we barely beat. Yeah, that was the freshman. I think Druckenmeier. What's his name? Forgot his name. No, Allard was gone. Allard's season ended against Northwestern a couple of weeks earlier. Yes, he did not play in that game. So,
would you take Allard with a fourth round pick?
If we get Mendoza and then take him,
his footwork is so bad.
I know.
I'll tell you right now, it is. But I think if the Rams don't make a trade for Burrow, I could see the Rams taking somebody like Allard.
I could see that.
Docking him behind Stafford for a year, letting him be behind a Hall of Fame quarterback and learn and sit for a year or two and see what they have.
Allen's right. His footwork is so bad. His arm
but
is strong.
The Rams are pretty good at coaching.
They are pretty good.
I don't trust our coaching staff with that guy. I worry about that.
I don't think we disagree on Mendoza as much as
no, I like the player. I just don't like
Allen likes the player. He doesn't like the idea of trading up for
I do not.
And that's where Allen's bias comes in. It's because he's so fixated on the future picks.
He
doesn't realize that in order for Muji and Glenn to be able to make those future picks, you got to have a quarterback. You got to be here.
Got to have a quarterback
in order to make the picks in year 3.
I truly believe that Muji will not touch any of the 27 firsts.
Agreed.
I do not.
The first pick you offer is the 2027 second because you have this draft and next year's draft to recoup it. It's the easiest
I do not
pick to
think they will
recoup.
offer those 3 picks. Those 3 picks are not going to get traded.
Would you do this? Number 4, the Colt pick, next year's 2, and then you throw in next year's 3.
No,
where you still have 3 1s next year. If you're number 1, you're not doing that.
I would not do that. No, I don't want to trade any of the ones.
He loves
not
his
if you're the
pick. He
Jets.
loves his picks.
If you're the team at 1, you're taking that offer. You're taking 4. You're taking 16. You're taking a Jet number 2 next year, which is going to be very high. And then you throw in a 3. We don't have the 3 this year, or else I would throw in the 3 this year.
I think a team above us will covet our first and 27 before they covet the Colt pick, because they see the 27 draft as something that could be really special with a bunch of quarterbacks, a bunch of wide receivers, some really good defensive ends.
Yeah, but then you fall into the situation that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys fell into. If you're giving the highest of the 3, that locks all 3 picks, and you can't maneuver at all. You can't maneuver those at all until.
Do you think the Browns would trade it? You think the Browns would trade the pick to us? I know they said they would. I just don't know if they would. I think the only hope for me for a team who wants to move up, I think the only team that would be beneficial for the Jets would be the Titans. I don't think the Giants are trading with us. As much as people think they might, I don't know if they will. I don't think the Raiders will trade the pick. And I worry that I don't think the Browns will trade the pick either.
You got to remember this too.
The Browns have got that contract with Watson, though. They got
1 year left. It doesn't matter. He's
not 1 year. Is it 1 year?
I think he's 1 year left. Yes.
I thought it was 2.
Yeah, I think it's 1. I think they get out of it after next year.
You got to remember this. Word will get out. And if the Giants had a better offer from the Jets, their fan base will be furious. Because they know they have so many goddamn needs that the best thing for the Giants is to take the best pick. Who cares? You're not trading it to the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Commanders. Who cares? I think that's a Jet manufactured thing because we have little brother syndrome. And I just don't think Nate made a comment earlier that it's never happened on a big scale. But it's also never been needing to go up for a quarterback. I've never heard a story that said the Giants didn't trade with the Jets. They gave the pick to someone else. So I just don't think the situations ever really come together and all the pieces haven't come together. I don't think that the Giants would reject it because it's the Jets. I think the Giants would reject it if there's a better offer. But As the Jets, nobody can offer more than you. So there won't be a better offer.
I'm just looking at a team that's going to be 3-14. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be 3-14. I still worry that they'll beat the Saints. I don't know why I do. Then this is all
Brady. We got Brady Cook on our side.
Okay.
There's
They have a lot of injuries.
There's a quarterback for you.
I look at 4 picks in the top 46, and I see 4 starters. For a team that's 3-14, I see 4 starters, and that is really appealing to me, to a team that needs so much. That's the one thing that scares me about trading.
Yeah, but
3 of those picks.
Starters here, and you traded them
for a quarterback.
Yeah, you need the quarterback, or else it doesn't matter what.
It's like a hockey without a goalie, Alan. You can't play the game.
I'd rather wait till 27 to make that. I would rather.
Then you got 27. Then you're going to be into 28. By the time
how many other teams? We're not the only team though waiting for 27. How many teams could be waiting for 27?
With 3-1s, nobody. There'll be no teams with 3-1s.
And then what if we win 6 games next year? You want to trade up? Now you're going to fast forward to next year at this time.
Yes,
and you're going to be saying,
up
I can't trade up multiple ones because this
I
draft
will not,
is so
because
good.
I think we will have the roster set. We will have more of the roster set this year. Again, you're talking about free agency. I actually don't think the Jets will be as active as you think in free agency. I think some of these moves that have been made.
I got to be there at 10.
Some of these moves that have been made basically gives them money for 26 and gets them out early in 27, like with the Lucker and Myers.
But now let's flip it. And Swamp Ranger stole a little bit of my thunder. It was exactly what I was going to say.
Hey guys, I gotta get running.
Have a good one, MC.
I don't think we're that far off, Alan, to be honest.
No, I don't think so, but I'm not trading the picks. But
all right, guys.
Have a good night, buddy.
You too.
So when you're looking at, kind of lost my train of thought there. Okay.
Look at Swamp's
You go get the quarterback. You play him this year. You see what you have. And then you go get those final pieces in 27 to complete your offense, so to say, right? Like I'm big on get Mendoza this year. You get another veteran wide receiver, and then you build the defense with the other picks. Whether it's the middle linebacker styles, if you can keep 8 or 16, which I think it ends up being, you get someone like Styles, or if he goes before us, you trade back, you go get CJ Allen, you go get Hill, you go get a middle linebacker who's phenomenal. You build the center of your defense back up so that you can be strong up the middle and you can stop throwing. You go get a big D tackle like Washington in round 2, or McDonald if he falls, right? You go get a guy you put in the middle of the defense who can stop the run, who can rush the passer, who's a big force. You get your middle linebacker, you get a safety, you build, and next year you build out from there.
Okay, so
you got to add so many pieces, but you got to start somewhere. And the quarterback is a great place to start because your offensive line is in place. Garrett Wilson's there. There's so many things, man.
So let's say the Raiders take Mendoza. Okay, so it's all gone.
And just Elmo meme, torch everything.
Would you make the McDonald for McKee deal?
I haven't seen anything on McKee. I can't say that. I haven't seen him play. I haven't seen any tape on him. I can't answer that honestly. Like,
are you giving?
I haven't looked into it to give you an honest.
Are you giving McDonald the 5th-year option?
No.
Okay.
I don't think he fits the type of end that they want.
So that's why I would make the deal because.
Yeah, I mean, I would trade Will if it's right. Put it that way. If they think it's right, I'm not against it. But I can't say I'm for it because I don't know what McKee brings to the table. You follow me?
Just watch a little more of McKee film. I know there's not a lot because he played a lot in preseason. He played a little in the regular season. I watched him play at Stanford. He's 6'6". Yeah, but the problem with Phillips is a free agent. And I think Phillips is only there for this year. And the idea of having McDonald for 1 year at $5.2 million, you never know. Phillips might want like $10, $11 million in free agency. That's the difference.
I'm going to hate this idea. I hate this. I preface this by saying to everyone in the chat, I hate this idea. I don't want this to happen. Will McDonald for Mac Jones makes more sense. I don't want it to happen, but Will McDonald going to Saleh makes more sense than going to Philly.
I don't think San Francisco will make that deal. I think San Francisco.
I agree. But
San
I'm just
Francisco can
throwing
get
out a
more.
backup quarterback with 1 year on a deal and where Will McDonald would be a fit.
I'll tell you the guy that they would
I
trade
don't
for
want
Mac.
it, though. I would hate that.
I will tell you the guy they would trade for Mac Jones.
Oh.
The other guy. JJ.
Purdy?
JJ.
Oh. No, see,
They
I
would
like
take-
JJ. I think Jermaine Johnson is a good number 2.
Totally
defensive end.
agree.
He's not meant to be a number 1.
Totally
He's really
agree.
done nothing since Quinnen went. He
Yes.
was helped out by Quinnen being there.
Yes.
So I think if you go get a number 1 defensive end, I think Jermaine Johnson can be very good. He's got a high motor. He's physical. He can play the run. And I think he'd be a very nice complement to an elite
totally
pass
agree.
rusher.
Mac Jones is going to get a lot if he's dealt. There's going to be a team that's going to give a 2 and a 3 or a 2 and a 4. He's going to get a lot more than people think. So I don't know if he gets traded to the Jets, but there'll be a team out there. I'll tell you anything. Maybe the Colts. The Colts might be a team that gets Mac Jones. You never know. You don't know when Daniel Jones is coming back.
Could be.
Or the Chiefs.
Tommy says, assuming Saleh isn't a head coach somewhere. My projection is that he'll be the Bengals head coach because they have the quarterback
One
in
of those
place.
two.
And he can go sell himself to Cincinnati saying, you have your quarterback, you have your receivers. I'll bring in LaFleur to run the offense like we tried with the Jets. That would be everything, right? That happens. He brings LaFleur back with him to be the offensive coordinator. He builds up the Cincinnati defense to a top 5 like he did with us in 2 years. And then they go on a run.
And
that
the
would be fun to watch.
the OC from Seattle tonight would be a really good coach for the Giants. If they want to hire Kubiak's really good. He's done a really good job with Darnold. He's really done.
Did he have a head coaching job before?
Never. No.
No.
You know his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary, but he's never
Okay.
been a head coach. Yeah. I think did he work with Glenn in New Orleans? I'm not sure if he was there.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if he were. Yeah.
That I don't know.
But I think he will be a head coach. There aren't that many really good young offensive minded head coach candidates this year, like Joe Brady, maybe, or Clint Kubiak, maybe, but most of the guys are defense, like Jeff Hafley, or maybe Saleh gets another opportunity or something like that. But as far as Mendoza is concerned, I hope he really enjoys life in Vegas. I do. I think that's where it's going to end up.
I hate you.
And all this will be
based on your assumptions, Alan. How many quarterbacks in the 2027 draft are more talented than Mendoza?
Arch is more talented. I know he hasn't been. The last 5 weeks of Arch was really good. I think he's more talented than Mendoza. I know he didn't play as great. I think one more year of Sayin will be more talented than Mendoza. I do. I think he gets another opportunity next year. I'm more of a fan. I like the Notre Dame quarterback a lot in CJ Carr. I think he'll be a top 10 pick. I think he has a chance to be more talented.
Didn't watch a snap of Notre Dame football
Yes.
this year. I saw the
everybody
highlights.
was talking about Love and Love.
I saw Love's
Both
breakaway plays, but that's it.
both those running backs will go in the top 3 rounds, both Love and Price. I think Price, if the Jets are looking for a running back, that's a guy I'd be intrigued if the Jets end up with a 3rd or 4th round pick. He's a guy who's really good.
Yeah.
If Dante Moore is smart and goes back to school, if he's smart and goes back to school, I think he has a chance to be better than Mendoza. Yes. If he goes back to school. If he comes out, I think he's coming out a little bit he's coming out a little too early. And unfortunately, I think he'll be sitting on the bench more than he'd like. And I think he would have to sit on the bench the entire year and learn from a veteran. He's 20 years old. He's not ready. Not even close.
Clancy. I think he said that they'll both be top 3.
Yeah, Love is a
first
top
3
12
rounds.
pick.
I don't think he meant they'll be
Love is a
first
first
picks,
rounder.
but
Love
both
is
of
a
those
top-
backs will go in the top 3.
Price is a day 2 guy.
Yeah, that's fair. Top 10?
Yes.
Who?
Yes.
Who's going to take a running back?
I'll tell you one thing. If the Chiefs lose out and get the top 10 pick, they'll take him. The two teams that would take him right now in that range would be the Chiefs and the Vikings. The Vikings would take
You know who would do it, right? Here's the perfect trade. Giants keep number 1, draft Mendoza. We draft 4, we draft Love. And then you do the Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers trade where the picks are made and then you trade them after the fact, a part of a package.
Love and Downs are two of the
But
top
if you
5
give Dart, you have Neighbors, and then you give them Love,
Ugh.
now you're starting to really build a nice offense there. But
Love and
think,
Downs are two of the 5 best players in the draft.
you
the
think Love
problem
goes
there-
top 5?
Who?
Love.
No. I think he'll go top 12. I think Downs will go between 6 and 12. And I think those are two, but the problem is you don't want to draft a safety or a running back that high. It's not a great draft.
Never.
The top part of that draft is not great.
I mean, Tennessee can use a playmaker. Giants can use a playmaker. Arizona.
The Giants would take
I mean, you
Carnell
look
Tate.
at the Saints. The Saints need one.
They might take Lemon or one of those one. I wouldn't. Jordan Tyson is a very scary pick for me because he gets hurt every year.
Kansas
Even
City,
though-
Minnesota, Dallas.
Minnesota would take Jeremiah Love in 2
I mean, you
seconds.
look at Baltimore. If Baltimore falls off, they could jump a little bit to give Lamar that in the backfield. Derrick
They
Henry.
could. Their
can't go
defense
on
is
forever.
not good. So yeah,
Yeah.
Jeremiah
Yeah,
Love to the Vikings.
I mean, there's a bunch of teams that need like a home run hitting. I mean, who doesn't need a home run hitting playmaker? But who's in a position to really do it? You know?
Yeah.
It's tough because when you take a running back up there, you normally don't win.
Yeah, I mean, I love Genty. He just went to the wrong team.
Name the last running back. I love this. Name the last running back to get drafted in the top 10 that won a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him, because Leonard Fournette won one with the Bucks, but he was drafted by the Jags.
Is there one? Emmett was picked in the late teens. I know that, so it wasn't him. Emmett was, I think, 18, 19, I think. So I love Bijan Robinson, but that team is garbage.
Yes, the answer is Blair Thomas. Yes.
Blair Thomas. Let's see if you remember this before I go. Remember the 2 defensive players who got drafted right after him?
No, not Bruce Smith. This was, hold on. This is I crossed my arms so people can't say that like I'm searching it. The 2 players, is it Junior Seau?
That's one.
Wasn't Jason Taylor. He wasn't that draft, was he?
No.
This was
Let's see if I think I'm right on the second one. Hold on.
Not Dion, right?
No. Hold on. What draft was that? Let's see.
Mike
look
says Cortez Kennedy.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who was number 1 in that draft? Was it that big
He was a quarterback.
No, not Majowski.
That wasn't Jeff. No,
Was it Jeff George?
I'm thinking, I thought the same thing, but I'm not sure about that. Let's see. It was Jeff George. Yep.
Nice.
Jeff George
Bad.
1, Blair Thomas 2, Cortez Kennedy 3, Junior Seau 5.
Hi to Amanda. I just want to say for any of you, if you come into the chat of the show and say, hi, Nick Shine, I love you, you get your comment on air. Hi, Amanda. Love you too. Miss you.
And
Hope you're doing
also Emmett Smith, number 17 in that draft.
well. The last, I had this conversation a bunch. Reggie Bush went to the Super Bowl, but he wasn't like the main running back when they went.
No.
But that was the last one that I could think of that was drafted in the top 10. Who was Deuce McAllister was the main running back,
was.
right? And Reggie
He
was
was.
like the third down or the weapon.
He was.
But that's running backs drafted in the top 10 don't
We
end
live
up
in a
being
different
on
world
good
now.
teams.
Running backs are, yeah.
You're
I
better
think
off with
Love,
a 4th round running back and the offensive lineman or the wide receiver or the defensive end, and then
I
get
do
your
feel
running back.
bad for Love because Love 25 years ago would have been the top 2 pick.
Yeah.
Now they're questioning whether he's a top 15 pick.
Yeah.
Always
Clancy,
a pleasure.
do you have someone? Like I don't have anyone.
I
Yeah,
don't know
but
who it is.
McCaffrey's been to a Super Bowl, but
But it was
wasn't
the
drafted by the
he was
49ers.
drafted
It was
with
by the Panthers.
Yeah.
Barkley wasn't drafted by the Eagles.
He was drafted
Fournette
by-
wasn't drafted by the Jaguars. They've all gone on to different places, but they're not with the team that drafted them. That's the point.
Yep.
Good players, sure, but those teams don't win is the point. They actually get worse, and then they get rid of the players
True.
because they missed out on a blue chip position.
Okay. Always a pleasure, guys.
You too, buddy. When do you leave?
Sunday morning.
All right. So Saturday or Sunday when you're at the airport, I need a list of all of your scenarios that you think will happen over the rest of the season. So
By the way,
you can do like a
Saturday
live
morning I'll be in College Station, and then I'll be packing Saturday night. So that'll be a rowdy experience for the Miami A&M game. That'll be a lot of fun.
That's a 12 o'clock game, you said?
11 a.m. here.
Wow.
Sucks.
How's your seats?
Really good. Yeah. I have a friend of mine who's I think I said this before, whose son is a band member for Alabama. So he's going to the game tomorrow night in Oklahoma. So it's 3 hours. Coming home and picking me up at 6:30 in the morning and going to A&M for that game. So seats are really good. It's 110,000 crazy people. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nuts.
Who do you think wins?
I like A&M in a close one. Again, I don't have a lot of confidence in Carson Beck in a big spot. That's just me.
I can speak from experience. I don't either.
Yeah, and you're a Georgia guy. But I worry a little bit about.
I said this before. He's Mark Sanchez. He will make a throw that you go, holy shit, how did he make that throw? And then he'll miss a wide open guy and he'll short hop it and he'll overthrow it. Like, how did he make that throw? Like you will say that 10 times watching him play.
A&M is a really talented team that could beat anybody in the country, and then could be down 30-3 to South Carolina in the first half. So you have no idea what team you're getting. Do I think they're more talented than Miami? I do. And
Now
I think
this college bracket, they don't reseed, right? It just goes
no, they'll
as
play.
is.
They'll play Ohio State.
Yeah,
New
so there's no
Year's Eve.
reseeding. It's not
Yeah.
highest seed plays lowest seed. Okay.
Winner plays Ohio State New Year's
Okay.
Eve here in Dallas.
That Georgia Ole Miss game will be exciting. You know what? I hate that Georgia's playing Ole Miss. I mean, they have to play Tulane Ole Miss first, but I'm pretty confident saying Ole Miss.
Why? Because
will
they
win
played
that.
them again.
I would root for Ole Miss to win the whole fucking thing without Kiffin, just because I think that would be the greatest story to take place out of this entire tournament. Is that, you know, that unifying moment as a team that, you know, against all odds, and they lost their head coach, and how are they going to bounce back? But they're playing Georgia. So, but if they get past Georgia somehow,
That game against
I'll
Ohio
resume
State,
that theory.
That game against Ohio State would be unreal.
Georgia, Ohio State.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think they're the two best teams in the country, honestly. I think Indiana beat Ohio State. I think if they played again, I think Ohio State would beat them. I really do. But I think Ohio State. I do. I was going to comment that. I do.
Good comment out around that.
I do.
Hey, congrats, man. I saw your post that you got a new job opportunity. Good luck to you, bro.
Yeah.
Wishing you all the best, man.
One more thing. Chris B brought up Logan Jones, who I bring up all the time. Can we draft him in like the 4th round, or if he gets there, he'd be perfect. Play him at center. 12-year starter, 25
You
years
know
old.
that I have a soft spot in my heart for Iowa centers, and I think that those are the positions that, like, you go get an Ohio State wide receiver,
Yeah.
you get an Iowa center, you get a Georgia linebacker.
Yeah. It's funny that an Iowa guard was first team All American too this year, which was shocking. But Bo Stevens, he's supposed to go between 4 and 5, 4th and 5th round. So, but again, I'm excited about the draft because I'm excited that Muji and his new staff will have an opportunity with a plethora of picks on day 3 to attack. I didn't think they had an opportunity in the first draft. I mean, they took players that like I never thought. I know Arian Smith was your guy. They're not going to.
Not my guy. Like I just thought they drafted him with a certain skill set that if you threw the ball downfield could be utilized. Like he had a really great route. Yes, one.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati, he did 25 yards, came back. Fields hit him. It was Fields' best throw as a Jet. Was that throw to Arian Smith? Sat in the pocket, receiver got his depth, came back, put the ball where it needed to be. I think it ended up being a 25-yard pass, but he hit him with 23 yards downfield, and then he turned up.
I don't know if you know
Best
this.
throw of the year.
I don't know if you know this, but before I go, if the Bengals lose out and the Browns beat the Bengals the last game of the season, the Jets go to Cincinnati again next year.
I love that trip. I loved that trip. I thought the environment was great. The fan base was great. Like I recommend anyone get out there.
Yeah, I think that they would play
in really, really cool. Yeah. Don't do the chili though. My stomach was a fucking wreck. Like,
have a good one, Nick.
You too, buddy. Be well. Yeah, Crispy. In this sweatshirt too. This sweatshirt and hat, right? Like this. Let's go Jets. Folks, hit the like button if you haven't already. Appreciate all of you being here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So far, we only got one super chat tonight.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Well, here's what we got going on, besides for Angry Bobby. We got Darrelle Revis mini helmet. We got a Freeman McNeil jersey. Those raffles are this Sunday night. Get your raffle entries in. Super chats, $5 and up. Gifted memberships get you on. Come on. There we go. I'll gift one to get us going. And shout out to Jay Graves the other day. She gifted one that went to Chris B. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I will do mine first because it popped up. Kevin Zwicker. Mine went to Kevin Zwicker. Shout out to him. Or Kevin Z. Wicker. I'm not sure if it's Kevin Zwicker. I'll go with Kevin Zwicker. And then one of our resident Detroit Lions fans, the great David D., he gifted 5 that went to. Oh, mackerel. We got a lot going on. It went to Phil Sounds, The Fast Count, C. Wannon, and Jet It Out. Thank you, David. Appreciate you, man. All your contributions in the chat. Then, ladies and gentlemen, Alan gifted 10. Thank you, Alan. Alan's went to Papa Jet, Snoopy, Taylor D'Onofrio, AG's Burner, DNY for Life, Taylor Sterling, Jay Lepselter. Oh, there's a lot going on in the chat. Thank you. Goose McGee, Brian Farrell, Shazam, X Zayway. I'm not sure how to say that. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you, man. Very kind of you. Then we have Adirondack Fly Guy. He gifted one. Thank you, sir. His went to 3D Boxing. Oh, wait, he gifted 2. Let me get back to the first. Lot going on in the chat right now. Where is it? I'm looking. All right, where are you? There's Alan. Oh, Papa Jet was Adirondack. Okay, it snuck in there first. Then, amidst all that, Mike says, always a great show. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Well, now I got to ask, where are you calling from? Is that Canada with the CA? CANADA. Not my greatest Canadian accent, but sometimes it's tough to do with headphones on because you don't get a true test. I can't hear my voice clearly. But thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys. Hell yeah, Bill. Starting to load up. It's crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you, everybody. Call link is still up. I'm drinking coffee. I'm up to hang out. Call in. Give your takes. What's your thoughts on the rest of the Jets season? Mike says I reside in Regina, SK. Is SK Saskatchewan? Born in Calgary, Alberta, right? SK, is that? Yeah, okay. I forget my my Canadian province abbreviations from grade school, but I nailed it. All right, nice. Cheers. But thank you, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Adirondack says, fuck waiting to draft QB next season. I'm not impatient, but we can't see the future. Boomtown with another Canadian mate here. Go Rough Riders. Hell yeah. I don't even know what those are. But I'll gift another one with to thank you guys. Appreciate everybody for that little run that we just had there. You guys are all nice guys, as we say in this community. And mine went to Stephen Craig. So thank you, everybody. So, you know what? Let's do a poll. Oh, the CFL champs. What's your thoughts? You want to win? Not will we win. Do you want to win? Do you want the Jets to win at all the rest of the season? Now, earlier, Jay, three siblings, was very passionate about you guys say you want Aaron Glenn to win, but then if he loses, you're going to say he can't win. No, I wanted Aaron Glenn. When we were 0-7, I was saying we got to win. You have to win. You can't go winless. You got to win. But we had Garrett Wilson. We had Fields at quarterback. We still, hiccup/burp together. We still had Quinnen. We still had Sauce. We had Brownlee. We had Cisco. Not that that's a great deal, but we had our starters in place. We don't have that now. Do I give a shit if Brady Cook wins a game? No. Do I think we're going to win a game with Stiggers at cornerback? No. Elite special teamer, not very good in coverage. Isaiah Oliver? No. It's going to get torched. Right now, the end of the season is showing us a couple things. Players that don't fit. Now, Chris Harris was a very good defensive player in his career. Most of his career, I believe, was in Denver. Was a very good nickelback. When you're an assistant and you're underneath a coach, you do some scouting, right? Like your job, you got to watch your guys, you got to see what you do, but you're also looking at the guy calling the plays in certain situations, and you're doing that Monday morning quarterback. Why'd he do that here? Why'd he do this here? I would have done this. This didn't make sense. Well, now here's your opportunity. Granted, your defense is decimated, but how are you going to utilize these players? Are you going to drum up some new blitzes? Are you going to be more creative on the back end? Are you going to drop guys into coverage instead of sending everyone? This is your interview. Most people go in a room and got to draw it on a board what they're going to do, or put together a video package of plays that they've ran in their career or they've coached with or they helped design. You have a 3-game interview. Go knock it out of the park, right? Like everyone's saying, oh, this okay. I thought that was Chris Harris, the corner. See, my bad. Yeah, that I agree with this. I don't want to win 10-9 on a last second field goal. Like, look good. Like, let the offense be explosive, right? If you're going to win, don't win a 6-3 ball game. Don't win a shit show. Like, let the offense look great. Let the scheme look great. Like, if you're going to burn us, at least burn us where we can get some positives out of it. Don't win an ugly ass game. I think that's the best thing that you can look forward to Sunday. Like, all right, let's try to find some positives for Sunday. Do that. List some positives in the chat for Sunday. Brees Hall could possibly hit 1,000 yards. Great. Woohoo. Mitchell and Mechie, no drops. That would be great. Jeremy Ruckert, have a nice game. You've had 1, 16, 18, and now 20 catches in your 4-year career. Go have a 5-catch game. Go make some nice blocks. Go show that you deserve to be a backup, and we don't have to go get another tight end to top you. Special teams, go solidify the top special teams of all time. Mike, can we be realistic? I mean, you just give me a super chat. I don't want to shit talk you, but can we be realistic here, Mike? Can we talk about things that could actually happen? Come on, Mike. Ridiculous suggestion. What's wrong with you? It's in a Canadian moonshine. Hank G. Nick Folk will set a new points record for as a kicker. Is he close? Let's see this. Could that happen this week? Let's see. Jets all time. All right. Jim Turner scored 145 in 1968. No, we can't do it this week. Jim Turner also had 129 in 1969. Jason Myers, 129 in 2018. Folk had 127 in 2010. So I don't think he can get that today. Oh, I meant in a game. What would the record? Didn't Myers have 6 field goals one time in a game that we won? Was that Myers that had that 6 field goal game? Was it against the Bears or the Seahawks a couple years ago? Yeah, he did that last week. Sometimes I hate AI because it gives you some really stupid fucking responses. Can't find it. Oh, I can't find it. Fred, my man, good morning to you over in Estonia. Boomtown says punter continues his Pro Bowl level season. Yeah, this punter kicking indoors with no elements, he should be able to throw darts and put them right where he wants. Chris B says Kane returns the touchdown. I mean, who would have thought at the end of September when I was in Miami, we would want to see the ball in Isaiah Williams' hands as much as possible. That's where we're at right now. You want the Jets defense to get a stop so the other team has to punt. He should have had that return last week. He should have had that return, man. That's a shame they took that away. Special teams, DVOA, all time. Let's see. Wow. The Jets are 5th all time with the 1986 with 9.9. The Saints are at 11.8. That'd be great if we topped the Saints while playing the Saints. Interesting. You know, and they're starting to implement Isaiah Williams into the offense a little bit. He seems to bump over Arian Smith in terms of plays. When you get a guy like that and you could just put the ball in his hands, you know, many teams have done that. Whether you do a screen or whether you let him run a deep route, whatever the case may be. And I just glad he is. He is. But if you want to kick away from him, it's a pretty good option to have Williams back there with him. It's a really good 1-2 punch. Interesting to see how this game plays out. Like I said, I got to work Sunday. I'll be working from 9 to 2. So I'll be able to watch the game. Nobody get hurt. Nobody get an injury that carries over into next season. It would be great for us as Jets fans. Well, here's another great thing. The offensive line stays healthy. Get out of this game and get out of the season with this entire offensive line healthy. No nagging injuries, no rehab, no surgeries. Get out of the season healthy. I think that is a best case scenario for us at this point now. Anyone who's going to be a Jet next year, get out healthy. Get the quarterback, build around him, spend your money wisely, get this team to be a little more competitive, a little deeper with talent. And then in the 2027 draft that everyone says is so loaded, go get the real game changers that take you to that elite level. I think this 2026 draft gives us the opportunity to get a good foundation. I would get a center. I would get a D tackle, a middle linebacker. And then in 2027, go get another wide receiver. Go get a big time defensive end. Go get a big playmaker on the back end, whether it's a cornerback or a safety. Go get all of the pieces that you need and then pray to God that the quarterback hits, whether it's Moore, whether it's Mendoza, whether it's somebody else that we don't even have our eyes on. I think that I know the Jets have never had a better opportunity to make their team great than what they have right now with the draft picks and with the money available. So, folks, it's that time. It is that time.
To the member.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shy.
Folks, drop your What Did We Learn. I learned that every time I'm tired and I'm debating whether I do a show or not, you guys always show up and let me know, hey, dumbass, good decision doing the show. You guys are great. Appreciate all your support. I know my schedule sucks, working 2:30 to 11. I do my best to try to get on here and spend as much time with you guys as I can. Some days, like last night, I just come in and I crash. You know, I'm at the high school that I went to, and the last 2 days I covered for the full-time guy at night. And just you're running back and forth from the gym to your area, from the gym to your area. And Tuesday night, 18,000 steps, 9 miles. Wednesday night, 20,000 steps, 10 miles. Tonight, 17,000 steps, 8 miles. Thank you. So some days I'm just exhausted. But I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I'm looking for the comments in the chat. Let's end the poll. 83% of you say no, do not win. I appreciate you guys. All right. If we don't have any what did we learns, it's that time. We kick it up to Canada. Chris B, I know you've been waiting to use that emoji. Go ahead, my friend. And then we'll send it up to the great Boomtown. Bill M, there we go, with one at the buzzer. I learned the debate about Mendoza won't stop until draft night. I disagree. I think if we trade up before the draft. I don't know if it'll be as early as the Darnold trade, which was St. Patty's Day. But if we're going to trade up, I think it happens late March, early April. I think when the Jets come together and all the meetings are done and the visits are done and the top 30 visits take place and they get Mendoza in the building, I think they're going to fall in love with him, and I think they'll trade up. Now, am I going to be heartbroken if it doesn't happen? No, maybe slightly, but I really believe in Muji. And if Muji's not on board, I'm okay with it because I think his talent evaluation has been good. I think his draft picks have been good. I hope he's on board. Listen, I don't give a shit if I'm right. I've said this a million times. I need the Jets to be right. I will gladly be wrong on every take I give in order to be right. Look at last offseason. I said get rid of Rodgers. I said bring in Fields. I said they're not going to shop big in free agency. I was right on all those. This year sucks. So I will gladly be wrong on every take in order for the Jets to be great again. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Thanks again for the super chat and good luck on the wheel. Sunday night, I'll have Dylan with me. Oh, I got that one. Chris B, I learned about possibly our New York Jets messing things up if we win. Nick Shine, a legit stud, shining on camera, representing our Jets. Mendoza, like, support, subscribe. Terrific content and show. Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate your support. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Boomtown, one of our Canadians in the chat, with Hank, with Mike. Drop it like it's hot, sir.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Alan, what are you going to do on vacation?
That guy fucked me twice.
Alan, it's children watching. Boomtown learned. There is only one true DP. Amen. The smear game has begun. Joe Burrow is not normal. Florio is high on the suckage meter. If you are called out and don't call in, you are gay, according to Gary. It's true. Bonus, call in pussy is enough to make Alan call in. Alan allegedly spread his QB plan take across 5 different shows today. Alan might have had a small orgasm when he mentioned Georgia versus Ohio State. Thank you, Boom. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, everybody. You've been watching the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Up in the air if I'm going to do a show tomorrow night because I got to be at basketball for 10 hours on Saturday. I got to be at the gym at 8:30, and I'm probably not getting out till after my game, which is at 4:30, until like 6:15. So very long day. Unsure, up in the air. But as always, if I have some coffee, anything's possible. Good night, everyone. And we're going to go out the same way we came in. Blitz BK with Discord Christmas from the one and only DP. Think of another fucking name. You guys think you're creative.
Hey, Shiners. It's a party. My house. Discord party.
Blitz got beat.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other Merry Christmas. And flood the jet stuck while Bobby yells at Scandal.
Shut the fuck up.
Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope we left some gifts because Bobby scared him off. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate Clancy, many more, we hardly fit. And Addison and Weeds bought that Marley spliff. I licked on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heartbeat skip. Damn Charles Gorman, was that a fart you ripped? Too much head in your nard, hot dogs and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and oh shit. With Denmark Andy, Santa, Rudolph. No wonder, Rudolph. Andy, you promised me you wasn't gonna do that no more. Oh my God. Nick is gonna kick us out of here.
And for those of you who wonder who Denmark Andy is,
Did you see the Bobby picture? Look at that. He lost like 3 pounds. He looks good now. God. Who is that?
Gover's here.
Is that Wayne? Wayne? Cool down. Hi, Wayne. Hi. Wabo C?
Yo.
I feel really good looking with that cast. You all look retarded.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell.
What a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time. It's a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling feet. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell rock.
Is that a real face or is it a mask?
I don't know.
Wait, that's not nice.
Is it a mask or not?
Don't tell me I'm muted.
Oh, it's fake? If there's something under there that I don't know.
How does one follow that? I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did.
I'm gonna see if I have some old school. Yeah, this is. Let's see what we got here. I might have some old videos. Oh, here's a good one.
Here we are, about to enter the Charles Gorman apartment. We have the great Rick Kent. We have the amazing Addison.
Well, the air's on. That's nice. There's about to be 3 more peas in here. We're in the
One
lair.
pew.
Now, this is a lair.
Charles offering us water like a good host.
I got guava cake. I got granola bar. I got pretzel. I got fruit snacks. Come on, stop with the masturbation.
You've never masturbated?
When you refrigerate, I never said I never did, but I haven't done it today.
Well, it's a nice little studio apartment.
I like it. It's
little
cute.
living room, TV. Charles, is this where you've been attempting to do the sit-ups right here?
Yes, I have.
All right.
Oh, there's the cross that wards off the vampire.
There's the cross. Jesus worked out more than Charles does. Why is the computer sticking to the table, Charles? I heard that. Masturbatory purposes. How's the squatty potty?
I've been using it in a while, but it's good.
There it is.
Midget.
He gets things out of the closet with the squatty potty. The squatty potty's in the hallway, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. It's where he sits and he goes, oh, everybody.
Squatty potty man just went down. I think I crushed the squatty potty by standing on it. The Charles Gorman bathroom, the Batman carpet. Lots of tissues being used, even though it's not cold season. This is where Charles shaves, ladies and gentlemen. Batman Dark Knight.
That's from Purple Belt Mine.
Charles's giant butt plug that he has. Charles discarding old razors. Not covered in blood. Batman toilet mat on his living room table. Very interesting strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the apartment of Charles Rick Kent. Anthony. He's the fact checker. A for Addison.
Oh, yeah.
A for A fanny pack. He doesn't have much in his apartment, but what he does have is a bottle of syrup. Do a shot of syrup for everybody, Charles. Any words before you do it?
Charles, cheers, Charles.
Hell yeah, Charles. Hell yeah, Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living amongst it. He's not even done. It's not even done. Yeah, Charles.
Going back for more.
That tongue actually.
Rick, you came all the way across country
to meet.
You're in the suburbs of New Jersey, not New York City. What do you think?
That is better than the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
You already had a bagel, and then you ate the whole cookie that was the size of the plate that I got you.
A piece of it.
I had one, Charles. The piece I had was that big. Don't you dare try to tell me it was bigger than that.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh yeah.
Are you going back to bed now that you're getting sugar high?
I'll be fine, thank you.
There's your, as weed would call it, your masturbatorium.
Oh yeah.
Wash it down with a glass of milk. Charles Gorman, ladies and gentlemen. Fanny pack. What's it say? Champion. Fucking right he is. He's Charles.
Fucking incredible. He's Charles. All right, folks. I'm Nick Shine. You're the best. Good night, everybody.